So 1 in 6 people say they've bumped into someone in the street whilst. The answer is using their phone.
And welcome back to Monday's show with Linford Christie, Natalie Pinkham and Steve First. Actually, Linford, I didn't ask you earlier, what are you doing in the run-up to the Olympics?
I'm coaching some guys and girls. I've got 20 athletes. I mean, a couple of years ago, I only had 1. But now I've got 20 people, and, you know, we're just having fun. You know, we got the World Championships next year, and that's what we're doing, and we're just taking it 1 year at a time. But
should you just be having fun, or should it be like proper work?
Well, it is work, but you see, if you have fun in what you're doing, then you work harder, and the harder you work, the better you get.
Yeah, that's why we operate those rules on this show, Steve.
Well, I think there's, yeah, but then you've got kind of Russian to Chinese, where it's like da 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 da. Is that not a? I don't know.
But then you see where the winners come from. You see, the winners are the people who enjoy what they're doing.
Okay.
Now, still to come on this morning's show. To ladies love a lunchbox. Desmond Morris, the man watcher, reckons blokes look at a girl's boobs first, which explains the popularity of push-up bras. Women, though, look at a fella's face first. So why all this obsession with lunchboxes? 0207 173 5555. That's the number for your calls. But now, does anybody else feel like they've had Harry Potter's invisibility cloak wrapped around them when they've been out Christmas shopping? Do you have people, strangers, walking straight into you as if you're not really... That's a Primark store, by the way, happy days. Or people barging into you, stepping out in front of you, forcing you to swerve or risk running headlong into them. Now, this winter has been the worst ever as far as yours truly is concerned, and I'm not the only one on the team to be moaning about it. Some of you think OAPs are the worst culprits. Personally, I don't. And I don't mean this in a prejudicial sense at all. It's only an observation, but I think foreigners are the worst offenders. And women are far more likely to show a lack of spatial awareness than men are. But that is also a biological, psychological fact. Women don't really know where they are. That's why they have men. So that's true. Can't park a car. Yeah. Can't find the new thing in the wardrobe. Right? No, it's not the Jeremy Kyle show.
I thought, I don't know where I am.
But, Natalie, as you're walking around, do you
expect a positive response from me now, Matthew?
Any kind of response will do. But do you get people walking into you and stepping in front of you as if you're not there?
No, I think, actually, I can isolate it to being a London thing. I think people are so determined to get from A to B without... I mean, because there's so much congestion and traffic and people everywhere, they just put their head down and they go for it. And they don't want anyone to get in their way. But... interestingly, quite a cheesy American friend of mine, he is a bit cheesy, but he said to me, OK, I'll drop the accent. We're gonna do a little test. I want you to go out between now and Christmas and do random acts of kindness. And so I sort of, all right, I'll buy into this. We call it quacking, so it's quirky, unusual acts of random Christmas kindness. Is that right?
Yeah, or something like
anyway,
that.
So that was quark, wasn't it? Anyway.
Strangers and charm.
Just go with it. So what I did is I got onto the bus and I paid for the woman's fare who was behind me in the queue.
And she stabbed you.
She thought I was completely bonkers. So you know what? I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to get from A to B as quickly as I can because everybody thinks you're mad if you're.
I don't think it is a London-only thing because I've had it happen to me in Sheffield and Manchester in the run-up to Christmas already this year. OK, a city thing. Do you get it, Linford? I mean, you're quite a...
I think you're attractiveness, though. I mean, I think the people just want to get close to you. I think that's...
You've seen my bad back. It's ow, 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 ow! No, Does it happen to you? Because, I mean, you're hard to miss.
Well, you know, it's happened sometimes, but I think, you know, everyone's just so busy trying to get to where they're going. And it's Christmas, so they're thinking about the people. We've got to buy presents for so-and-so and so-and-so. And they're not thinking about anyone else. Yeah. So they just put their head down and, you know, they're being kind, thinking about the kindness of the people they want to shop for. And they just, you know, push everyone else out of the way.
You notice it more with kids, especially if you're in town with your kids. And, you know, mine are 86. Yeah, so they can't... And you just literally watch someone bump into your child and then... And then you're like, did you not feel that or see that? And it's extraordinary how oblivious people are to it. And to little ones, it's just, you know, that I find extraordinary. The other thing is
it getting worse, or is this just me being...
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, obviously, you know, it seems to be more cramped anyway, and especially in the lead-up to Christmas, it's more frenetic and people are more worried about... Despite we hear online shopping going up, so less people are actually going out to the shop. Doesn't seem that way. The other thing, of course, is that old people are extraordinary, because, I mean, have you ever been to a jumble sale when it opens? It's literally the scariest thing on earth. They are mental. They will. No one will be in their way.
I'll be honest. I haven't had any problem with old people. I've had problems with women, primarily.
You put Battenberg cake in front at a reduced rate between you, or you in between them and a Battenberg cake. You don't exist. Don't exist.
I think Luke is right, though. It's distraction. I think people are distracted.
I think when they bump into you and they look in your face and they just keep... They walk, I know I bumped into you, but I'm not going to say sorry.
It's your fault.
Why you say
So you connect.
Right. Anybody else? Anybody else
yes.
out there feel invisible? Let's hear from the invisible people, Kirsty.
OK, first we have Dorothy online.
Morning, Dorothy.
Morning, how are you today?
I'm very well. Are you invisible, Dorothy?
Oh, totally.
What's going on?
I carve people up, so I can't moan, but I hate it when you're walking down, say, Oxford Street, and someone just walks in front of you like, hello, I'm here.
Yeah,
but
and
the worst thing is men in shops. They have, like, little men areas. They are hanging outside the cloakroom, waiting, to see what their missus looks like, to get an opinion of what they look like. You get more response at the shop assistant, because men just say what you want to hear anyway, just stick it out. And also, they, hang around the clothing racks and just lean there.
Dorothy, it feels like someone's just gradually moving you further and further and further and
Must be a man.
further away.
You're becoming invisible.
Until you're invisible. Yeah. Well, thank you for the call. We've lost you. Let's have another.
OK, I'll take Jonathan next on line 3.
Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning. Merry Christmas to you all.
And to you too. Are you invisible, sir?
I am, yes. Unfortunately, I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh, right.
And I find that when I'm out shopping, that I've got invisible paint on. People just walk through you, bang into the wheelchair. I have to either stop or go round people. They just don't seem to see you. Unfortunately, the worst seem to be the elderly and middle-aged. Youngsters seem to be really caring and kind. But it's just a horrible thing to do this time of year, shopping.
Have you noticed it's getting worse?
Yes, definitely.
And you're
also,
go on.
Not just in towns, wherever I go, villages, towns, cities, it's always, when you're in a wheelchair, you seem to be invisible to people.
Okay.
Why don't you, Jonathan, attach some sort of cattle prod to the wheelchair? You're going up and just give them a little zap.
I'd love to. But I'm a kind heart.
A disabled man was arrested last night. Thank you for the call, Jonathan. I do sympathise. I really do. One more, please.
OK, we'll take Susan on line 2.
Morning, Susan.
Hi, good morning, Matthew.
Got any thoughts or theories?
Yeah, I just won't go to the shops unless it's absolutely essential for food shopping these days. Yeah. I don't know when we became such a rude, dysfunctional society. Why do people have to take their mobile phones into the supermarket these days? And why do women take men shopping with them? Why? Because all they do is stand around looking vacant. And
and simultaneously, 50
I've
pubs a day
a man
closed.
shopping with me, either food shopping or other shopping.
Why is it getting worse, Susan? Why is it getting worse?
I don't know. When did people start to become so rude? But I will say things to people. If people bump into me, I say, excuse me, you've just bumped into me.
I say something else, but...
Are you going to apologise? And they look at me as though I'm mad.
Yeah, of course, because they're on the phone, so they can't hear anyway.
I recreate that coffee bean advert, the one where they shake their hands with the coffee beans. Well, very similar, you know what I mean. Yes. Right, we'll move on to our final talking point of the day, thanks to that, Susan, which is lunchboxes, and do ladies really love looking at them? All the psychologists tell us a pretty face is what you're actually looking for in a fella. Is that really the case? 0207 173 5555 is the number for your thoughts. Roxanne has Facebook to say she goes for eyes and smile first, then body. This is a woman who knows what she wants. What about you? That's what we're going to find out next.
Which band used to stuff shuttlecocks in their pants? Wham, Duran Duran or Culture Club? Find out after this short break.